Okay, welcome back students of year 7, and today I will record a short video about the correction of the classwork, the last classwork, and at the end of the video I will give you a homework of the workbook. And if you don't have a workbook, it's not a big deal. I will snap the page and you will write it on a paper, or you will write the solution on a paper, and you can snap it and send it on the Google Classroom. So let's start. This is the evaluation lesson 1, introduction to forces, and I want you to concentrate because most of you they didn't do well in the worksheet. So the first question is name the forces acting on the box. Before you must write your name. For example, Kassem elezzi, Mr. Kassem elezzi. Name the forces acting on the box. So, first of all, what are the forces acting on the box? In any object, you must write the force. The first force acting on this object is the gravitational force, or the weight, or force of gravity. It has 3 different names: gravitational force, or force of gravity, or the weight. It has the same. Okay, for every object, the first force acting on this object is gravitational force. So gravitational force is constant. Okay, and what? In this box we have a force acting on the surface of this object, and between this object and the box. Okay, so if the direction of motion is downward, so there is a force acting opposite of the direction. So what's this force named? This force named by friction. Why friction? Because friction, we have 2 conditions: when the box is moving and when the object is in contact with another object. So we have 2 objects. This is slide and the box, and they are in contact. This is the first condition, and the second condition, that the object is in motion. So now when any object is in motion, there is a force acting opposite to the direction of the motion. So in which direction is in that direction, and the gravitational force is downward. The gravitational force is always downward. I want to tell you that there is a third force. I will not mention it now, but I want to explain it by using this video, that there is another force called normal reaction. Normal reaction. When any object hits another object, there is a force called normal reaction. So keep in mind, when any object is in contact with another object, they touch each other, so there is a force called normal reaction. So in this picture we have gravitational force and friction. Why friction? Because the object is in contact with another object and it's in motion. So gravitational force and friction and normal force. But if you wrote gravitational force and friction, it's okay for the first time, because I didn't mention it before this video. Now the second question, name the forces acting on the box. Also in this picture we have a spring and a box, and I told you that if you see any spring with a contact with an object, so there is a tension, right? And the first force acting on all the objects are gravitational force. So we have 2 forces. The first force is gravitational force, and the second is the tension. Why the tension? Because the box is contact with a spring or wire or string. Okay, so list the forces that are non-contact force. What are the non-contact forces? The first one is gravitational force. The second is magnetic force, and the last one is electrostatic force. You must keep it in mind: gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. These three forces are the non-contact force. Now, another question. I am a force exerted by a moving object and directed in the opposite direction. So which one is directed in the opposite direction, sorry, and exerted by a moving object? Is it electrostatic? No, because electrostatic is the force between charging objects. A gravitational force is not gravitational force because any object has a gravitational force and it's not directed in the opposite direction. Is it friction? Yes, it's friction, because friction is exerted when a moving object and directed in the opposite direction. It's not magnetic because no magnet. And the last one, explain what will happen in case 1 and in case 2. This is case 1. Case 1, when the north pole of a magnet face the south pole of a magnet, they will attract. Why they will attract? Because they are unlike poles. And in the second, why they repel each other? Because the south is facing the south. Two like pole they will attract, and two unlike pole they will two like pole they will repel, and two unlike pole they will attract. So the first one is like poles, unlike poles. What will happen? It will attract. Now the second is like poles, they will repel each other, and then I will submit it. So that's the worksheet, and that's how we submit a worksheet. I will prepare another worksheet, the same it's similar to this worksheet, and we will do it again and again. So please keep in mind all the forces, review the video, this video and the video below this video, and please do the homework, the workbook page 7. I will snap it and I will post it in the stream. Thank you so much.